sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to report.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And how is everybody doing? I'm actually doing a little bit better today. Oh, the friggin' pain. Oh, anybody else getting sick and tired of this bullshit from the Democrats? What I can't believe, there's actually people that are kind of falling for it on the Republican side. They're so scared of these accusations every time they're made. They run from the hills. What did he know and when did he know? Yeah, okay. First of all, it's not Watergate. Second of all, Obama had a similar situation, and I didn't hear all this shit. In fact, his guy had meetings with Hamas, a terrorist organization. I don't recall seeing that in the news. Oh, that's because they didn't plaster all over the news. Why? Yeah, because of the Democrats. Now I'm so tired of this. It's unbelievable. They're sitting here crying and whining and going on. When did he know? You know what? There wasn't much to know. This whole... everything's being blown out of proportion, and that's what Democrats do. There was conversation. That's it. The FBI has cleared him of any wrongdoing. Even the Washington Post posted that he did not have discussions of sanctions. But this is your typical liberal Alinsky-style tactics. They haven't wanted anything else, so they're going to attack one by one. And Trump needs to put them in their place. Because they're just going to keep going. The next one is Kellyanne. I'm telling you, the next one is going to be Kellyanne. They're going to try to dismantle his cabinet one by one, because that's the only recourse they have at this time. And there's people stupid enough to fall for it. All right, maybe that was a little harsh to put it that way. It's just it. They're so quick to fall on the sword. That it's unbelievable. But I just saw a post from them that they're putting safety over politics. Bullshit. This is politics. Nothing more than politics. It's a grandstand. So they could say they tried to do something come election time. And there's Democrats lining up to help them. The likes of McCain, Graham. It's disgusting. They're so willing to sell out their own party. Why? Because they make more money off of Russia and other global entities. But, hey, it's selling out the American people. They don't care. And the Democrats don't give a rat's ass about us. But they got some catchy little phrases going. They got some catchy phrases. When did they care? Like I said, in 2008, Obama's guy had to step down because he had private meetings with Hamas. There's a host of other issues. Does anybody remember brain fart. Obama selling off a shitload of uranium? Him and Hillary Clinton sold off a bunch of our uranium to Russia. Weapons grade. But hey, that was okay. And the list just keeps going on and on and on. But, hey, it's the Democrats. They're allowed to do that. We're not. They're the only ones allowed to try to have a better relationship with Russia. Well, they're out to start a war with Russia. Is exactly what I see. And they're doing everything they can. And who will pay for it all? Us citizens. Oh, we normally pay for it. So it's nothing new. I'm tired of all this crap. I really, really am. It's getting real old with the Democrats. And honestly, I think their party's going deeper and deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole and pissing off more people. Might they have gotten one step forward on the Flynn? They may have convinced a few people. Yeah. But I think more people are going to start looking at it because it's coming out. There is no proof that Flynn did anything wrong. And it's ridiculous. They ruined a man's career for what? Political partisan? And then they're out there, the Democrats are out there quoting fake tweets. That's the best one. A parody account, and they're quoting it as fact. Then they want me to take them seriously. I keep hearing they have all this proof. Jesus Christ, there's a goddamn DJ. I have proof that Donald Trump has ties to Russia. I have it all. I got in a nice discussion with somebody yesterday. I had a couple blocks. Again, they attacked me. I parry. They run and cry behind a block. But I had one. We got in a conversation. Hi, Kel. How are you? And we went back and forth on she said there should be a total investigation on this Russia. And I pointed out, what proof is there? Well, there's all this accusation. So every time there's an accusation with no proof, I know I keep hearing, well, there's transcripts. Yeah, they're saying there is. Has anybody seen them? So we could start making accusations left, right, and center on, you know what, Kel, I wasn't here yesterday. I've been feeling very painful with the weather lately. And I actually needed a mental break day yesterday. I just had to step away. I had gotten into a discussion, sorry for changing subject, I had gotten into a discussion a while ago with another host. And it was prior to the election, and it was overwhelming, and called up and talked to me, and I had to do the same thing because this is overwhelming. This bullshit really has me worried about this country. It's scary what I'm seeing. The violence, the rhetoric. The fact that we have people out there screaming, we're stopping fascists, and they are fascists. I've never looked it up, but supposedly I think it was Winston Churchill who said the next group of fascists will call themselves anti-fascists or something along that lines. And that's what we're seeing. Fascists always justify their violence. And that's what they're doing. They're saying it's part of the political process. It's needed to be done. But back to this woman I was talking to. And we were very cordial to each other. And that's what I liked. As she put it, she's not a liberal. She has concerns. She's hearing a lot of stuff. But I was pointing out, how come... I mean, not how it's. I could sit here and say, well, I know things about Hillary Clinton. Some intel guy past and present, has come to me and says there's wiretaps on Hillary Clinton, and they have her admitting that she's actually a Russian citizen and a covert spy for North Korea, while banging an emperor of China. Should we have an investigation in on that? And all it takes is, some politicians running away from it because they're scared to get near it and get dirty. And that's my issue. We're jumping all over something that we can't confirm. I cannot confirm. I can't see. And I've read the Washington Post, which is one of the original articles, and it says in it, he didn't break the law. But then they keep making these accusations. I keep hearing, I've heard for a year now, the Democrats say they have proof that Donald Trump is a secret spy of Russia. Have I seen any proof? I've heard it for a year now. If they actually had it, don't you think they would have come forward with it? Nah. They don't. You want to know why? Because they don't have anything. It's rhetoric for people who only read the headlines. It's rhetoric for those that don't go and look up their information, research it. It's a good headline, and that's about it. There's no substance underneath of it. Did Flynn maybe lie to Pence about the amount of conversations? Yeah, he might have. A government official giving a small lie? Holy shit, stop the goddamn press. And the more the Republicans give this any credence, the more power it gives. Let Pelosi and Cummings go out there and just repeating fake tweets. Still can't believe they did that. It shows how much they're just out to start shit. They're not trying to solve. They're just out there to cause issues. Oh, my God. And now the resistance. There's a group of them that plan on withholding federal taxes to protest Trump. The National War Tax Resistance Coordinating Committee, which campaigns for federal tax boycotts, says there has renewed interest in war tax. Ow, my ears. This has been actually going on since prior to his inauguration. They had an uptick in web traffic. And they said, something has clicked in the minds of thousands of people across the country. We don't want to pay for Trump's agenda. I didn't want to pay for Obama's agenda, but I also didn't want to go to jail. And that's where they should wind up. I'm tired of this law-breaking Democrat Party constantly coming up with ways to break the law. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media at High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf was stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Motion 103 got approval of the Canadian Parliament yesterday. What that is the liberal government will support a motion condemning Islamophobia. So, in other words, you can't speak ill about Muslims anymore in Canada. Yippee, yay. You can't point out the evilness of it. It's another step to Sharia law. Trump's holding a press conference at noon. Once he gets up, we're going to patch into it. I think it's very important that we. He's going to be announcing his new labor pick. His labor pick dropped out, and they're making a fuss over that. Every candidate has had, well, maybe not every, but of late, has had at least one drop out. It happens. It's not a big coup. Ooh, one dropped out. I think the reason for him dropping out is bullshit. But I knew it was going to happen when it came up. So it is what it is. Wow, one of them has to drop out. Ooh. Democrats have a real good victory there on the labor secretary. Ooh. NSA, there's rumors that there's a rear admiral going to be nominated in the place of Michael Flynn. And then Democrats, well, he's not getting anything done. Well, you're fucking with his goddamn cabinet. You've been slow to put it in place. And it's all tactics that they're doing on purpose. You be sent to a human rights tribunal. What if they speak ill about Christians? Is that Christianity phobia? That's funny. We're not supposed to say anything about Islam, but they can say whatever the fuck they want about Christianity and Judaism. Yeah. You can go sit on a cactus. That's a bias, a rule or law, or however you want to put it. That is a biased, one-sided, if I ever seen one. It's, as I was talking before the break, Democrats, they think they're going to be smart. And they're going to withhold taxes. You have the likes of Mia Farrow. I refuse to pay a penny of my taxes toward Trump's insane, insulting wall. I didn't want to pay taxes into Obama's unlawful amnesty. Oh, by the way, the Supreme Court actually ruled that was unconstitutional, not just a bunch of politicians standing around. And that was ruled outright unconstitutional. But, you forget about that type of stuff. But she's going to deduct that amount and give it to Planned Parenthood because murdering off babies is more important than protecting the country. Oh, God, Democrats, they just... They know how to push people away, and they just, that's just a couple people. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. Oh, that's just a couple more. That's just a couple more. We don't care. We don't need you. You know what? Yeah. Look where it got you, you dumbasses. Now they think maybe they'll sweet talk the Midwest. You know, and they're like that abusive husband that goes around smacking their wife, and every time, oh, we didn't mean to ignore you in the Midwest. It was just oversight. That was just, that one time. Don't worry, we're back. Yeah, I believe them as much as I believe about that abusive husband that says he's going to change. It's unbelievable. It's they're not going to change their ways. They're going deeper down the rabbit hole. And we still have our supposed Republicans that are still the establishment assholes that are trying to sabotage Trump. Calling John McCain, calling Lindsey Graham. Both of them are so jealous because they couldn't do what Trump did. They spent all these years in office. It was their turn, damn it. They deserved it. Well, McCain ran for office. Failed so hard that he was like just bent over for Obama and it took it right up the ass. Stop fighting. Lindsey Graham got his ass kicked by Trump. So they're jealous. So they're going to try to help sabotage. They don't care. Oh, but wait a minute. I'm not supposed to say anything because McCain is a vet. Sorry. I have very high respect for vets, but sometimes, you know what? I'm still going to call out bullshit on bullshit. Oh, wow. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is giving another speech. Is she going to quote a fake tweet? Or is she going to say how she can't work with President Bush? Or is she going to tell us that we're going to have to vote on something to know what's in it? Yeah, I don't believe her. For a minute. I trust her about as much as I trust a fart after diarrhea. And everybody knows you never trust that fart. Never. Oh, wait a minute. Paul Ryan speaking.
The Affordable Care Act saying that Congress does intend to repeal and replace this year. Let's listen in to Speaker Ryan.
And all of these, by the way, everything involving Russia is what the House Intelligence Committee has been working on, looking at, and we've had an ongoing investigation in all of this. And so, yes, that would be the proper purview for something like that.
And do you believe that Mike Flynn should testify before the House Intelligence Committee?
I'll defer to the House. I haven't given any thought to that. I'll defer to the House Intelligence Committee. Nothing, Robert?
Yesterday, Federal Reserve Chairwoman Janet Yellen testified on the Hill that the border-adjusted tax would create economic uncertainty and even in some cases weaken the dollar. What's your response on that?
Weaken the dollar? I don't know if I would agree with that.
She suggested that.
Yeah, I think most analysts would. I think maybe you got that the other way around.
So what's your response, I guess?
Here's how border adjustability works. A lot of people, there's a lot of confusion surrounding this. We are one of the few countries in the world that do not border adjust our taxes. 160 countries currently border adjust their taxes. We're in the company of companies like North Korea and Somalia, Afghanistan and Iran or something like that. So almost all other countries border adjust their taxes. And what that means is you tax based on if it was consumed in your country, not if it's made in your country. What America does, we tax people based on whether it's produced in America. And so that means we do not tax our imports and we tax our exports. And we're putting American-made products at a huge disadvantage. There's a built-in bias in our tax code to outsource manufacturing and re-import into this country. That's not good for American jobs. That's not good for American manufacturing. That's not good for American economic growth. And so all we're suggesting is let's equalize the tax treatment. Let's be fair to ourselves, and let's treat ourselves like every other country is treating them. So when we make something, in America, let's put it on a level playing field with everybody else. So let's just take this tape recorder right here. Let's just say this in America. I hope I didn't turn it off. American-made tape recorder. Oh, this is an Olympic. I have no idea where that's made. Sony, made in Japan. Oops. I just want to explain this to you. All right. American-made tape recorder, Japanese-made tape recorder. Here's what Japan does when they make this tape recorder. When they send it for export, they take the tax off of it. And then it comes to America, and it's not taxed. And it comes here to compete against our good, which is taxed. Theirs was untaxed twice. When America makes something, like a tape recorder, we tax it. And then we send it to Japan. As it enters Japan, it's taxed again to compete against their tape recorder. So we are doing it to ourselves. We are hurting American manufacturing and jobs. We are putting a bias against making things in America in the tax code. That is why we think, I hope I didn't screw up your tape recorders. That is why we think this is very important. This is good manufacturing policy. With respect to currency adjustments, it is obvious and mathematical that a currency adjustment would occur when we harmonize our tax laws with the rest of the world. For people who are concerned about it, I believe that there are things we can do, and Ways and Means Committee is looking into this, to ameliorate those concerns, to address those concerns, so that the transition from a really bad tax system to one of the best in the world we would get out of this is a gradual transition. I would also say that those who are concerned about this, I think they underappreciate how much better our tax system will be with this kind of provision.
That's my just quick follow-up, is that you're not...
You got me going on tax
No, but you're not concerned about that the growing Republican opposition to the border adjustment tax will jeopardize tax reform?
No, I don't. Look, go back and read the books that were written about the 1986 tax reform. That was the last time we did tax reform. It's going to be up, it's going to be down, it's going to be on, it's going to be off. You're going to hear, you're going to report 150 stories on tax reform fate between now and when we get tax reform done. We are doing tax reform. Tax reform is going to happen. Do you know why tax reform is going to happen? Because it has to happen. America has the worst tax code in the industrialized world. It is killing economic growth. It is driving companies to become foreign companies. More and more and more U.S. companies are going to leave this.
Dang, Paul Ryan actually sounding like he cares about America. It's... I can't believe people actually have an issue with going out and caring about giving American companies tax breaks, but then sitting there acting like it's a burden and that it'll cause more issues. How is not overtaxing American businesses going to hurt our economy? I just... Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. It just... doesn't make sense to me. What I do know is you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confidence, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. And I've said it before, I feel bad because I know I'm doing a lot of when it comes to the topics lately. It boggles my mind. It really does what's going on. What are they thinking? Are they thinking? You know, that's the next question. Are they even thinking at all? Maybe that would be a no. It's they don't seem to have a grasp on reality of what's going on in the public. They seem to just want to do, I don't know, they are on a path of destruction, and it seems like nothing's going to stand in their way. And so many people sit there and are proud of it, approving of it. Boggles my mind. I mean, we have the alt-left, which is pretty much most of what the Democrat Party is anymore. And they are waging a propaganda and a cyber jihad on America. There's a former Georgetown University professor, Asra Nomani. They're also the co-founder of the Muslim Reform Movement, author of Standing Alone, An American Woman's Struggle for a Soul of Islam. But they go on to sit there and talk about that the same tactics that Islamic terrorists use are being used by the left to a degree. They're being violent, but not to the degree of this extreme Muslim terrorism. They're not cutting people's heads off yet. And I stress yet because you never know with this liberal fascist group. And I can actually use the term fascist because they are being fascist. They're trying to force a one-party system on us through violence. And that's what they don't understand. That's what they're doing. Well, they understand it. They know it. They don't give a shit. We're endangered in this country anymore. When we have a political party such as the Democrats and the tactic that they are using on the people of America, that's scary as hell. the tactics that are using, holy shit. They're shutting down free speech. And they're proud of it. They don't care anymore. They don't even hide that anymore. Remember the Trump speech that got shut down? I think it was Chicago. Oh, no, we didn't shut it down. We weren't interfering with free speech. As soon as we point out that they shut down free speech, they back down. Now, UC Berkeley, they're like, we don't care. We are justified because we feel he was going to promote violence, which he has yet to promote violence. He has no history of inciting violence, unless you think that the left losing their mind is inciting violence. Then, by all means. We're not in a good place anymore. And the Democrats do not care. They're the ones driving the bus. And they're happy to be driving that bus. And what's funny is it keeps going back to one person. George Soros. Keeps going back to him. And this woman calls it a cyber jihad because as a Muslim, and I'm quoting her, I've been well familiar with the agitation propaganda by my Muslim extremists. I see how what's happening here is the very dangerous intersection. Intersection politics is such a popular word between the far left in America and the far right in my Muslim community. That's why I now see this as a cyber jihad that's now trying to really claim America. I said the other day, they are actively protecting terrorist groups such as ISIS anymore. Doing everything they can to throw up obstacles to allow them to get into our country. They want stuff like that happening. They're hoping attacks happen. See, Trump's causing these attacks now. You see, all his policies won't keep us safe. I bet you, I'll bet you my show. If we get an unfortunate attack, first thing they're going to do is run out there and go, see, it's Trump. He has stirred up this vile group that haven't bothered us in decades. Watch. Hell, they're probably trying to blame on attacks that are happening in Paris and so forth on Trump. Trump's rhetoric is stirring them up. I didn't. They will allow these people to come in to kill us just so that they think they can score political points. They're the idiots, that evil genius that sits in the background and creates the monster and goes, yeah, it's a killing machine. It'll kill anybody, but I can control it. I will control it. And at the end of the movie, gets killed by its own creation. The tactics used by the left right now, they are praising this so-called top secret intel leak. And I've never liked the top secret intel leaks, because you can never see the original, so you can't tell if it is the truth. Trump's going to say it's not true. The Democrats are going to say it's true. Nobody can see it, so there's no answers. But the left really ought to watch praising, because now all it takes is you get a right-leaning intel worker that's sitting there going, I got these calls on Hillary Clinton. And I think it's a matter of national security that we keep this tape secret. That I have to expose the illegal activities she has done that we have on recorded line. Oh, we got Cummings. We got Schumer. We got Warren. I think we should just start releasing all of it. You want to see the left change their tune real quick and come up with an excuse? Hell, they caused the hacking of their own goddamn email server, and they cried about it, and they're still going on about it. They got hacked, and they want it to be a national tragedy because they did not have a secure email. But top secret that only a court can release. And I question those recordings, even if they exist. We're now spying on our politicians. That is a police state. Especially when you use that material to hurt people. That's never been done in this country by a rogue agent. And this is what happens when you have holdovers from the previous administration. And that's why they dragged their feet on all the nominations. And there is several left out there telling the rest of them, don't be praising these tactics that were used, because they can be used against them just as goddamn easy. From what I'm hearing, they have it narrowed down. There was only 5 people working that knew about those tapes. There's only 5 people. That's a pretty good chance they're going to find out who the hell it was. And when they get caught, of course the left is going to praise them as some kind of hero. But I don't like when top secret documents get released. But then they're leaked, I should say. And then all of a sudden, the public has to make an opinion and believe everything about it when they don't see it. And too many people are putting their trust in a document they can't see. And the Republicans backing away, that is their MO. They do that all the time. They get accused of stuff, they start backing away because they don't want any political mud to be splashed on them. So they run away. That's what the right does. It's unbelievable. To give you a quick little story again. I had several conversations, even though I took the day off. I had several conversations on Twitter. couple of them were nice, but it's the mostly the same political shit. This one woman, I thought we were actually having a nice conversation. She started in with a rhetoric, and it act like an adult. Let's not go the name call. And, of course, it went downhill. And we're talking about health insurance and all that. And she starts telling me what doctors. And I'm like, I've been around thousands of doctors. Well, what business were you in? Emergency medicine. What the hell is emergency medicine? And then she goes off on me because she's never heard of the term emergency medicine. Even my parents have heard of emergency medicine. So she goes into a tirade. She didn't like it, though, when I started calling her a bigot. I was respecting her opinion. I understand, and she has a right to her opinion. I may not agree, but I can respect other people's opinion. I do all the time. But, of course, the left, who love to throw around words, well, you know what? They, most of them, do not respect. Theirs is the only opinion that's right. And that is the definition of being a bigot. And the left has become the biggest bigots out there. I will respect your opinion. I may disagree, but I can respect it. But it's when you start that bullshit. So, guess what happened again? And I'm loving this. Ran behind a block again. Cussed me out. Then ran behind a block. I find it so funny. And I actually was helping out a Twitter friend. And they sent me a message and said, thanks for the backup. You know, I don't mind. I'm used to it. Every day I get several people, liberals. They step up to the plate, and then they go running behind a block. I'm loving it. I love that. Does that mean I'm a little sick that I don't mind, having fun with these idiots and then watching them run behind a block? If you want to have an honest discussion and you disagree with me, I'll listen. If you can prove me wrong, prove, not just say, I gave you proof. Prove. Too many people make statements that say, I proved you wrong. No, you made a statement. You made your opinion known. And until you could show me concrete evidence, it's just an opinion, just same as mine. And don't post Cummings was retweeting stuff and trying to base it as fact because there's articles from, the Medium. Yeah, that's almost as bad as quoting fake tweets. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Kafka was stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Much Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. With your host, Jersey Joe, trying to make sense out of the sense. Why do you got to mute the audio? I got confused on that one. And then again, I'm confused a lot anymore. I'm at an absolute loss on what's going on in this country. It's funny how the left has no problem having foreigners when it suits them. And I hear all the time foreigners backing the policies of the left. They want open borders. They want this global agenda because it helps them make money. It helps them that they can travel here as they want. They want open access. It helps them, not us. I don't understand how oaths don't mean nothing. I take it anymore. I take it nobody takes an oath serious because I do. And these people are not upholding the Constitution. They're not upholding what's best for America. Sometimes I do want it. I just give up and just. That's what they want. They want to make it. It's same with guns. I've talked about it. They want to make the process so goddamn hard that everybody just gives up. Because that's the only way they're going to win. Because if we keep fighting them, they have nothing to fight back on except rhetoric and false tweets, fake news. But it does get really frustrating. Yeah, the New York Times accuses and then exonerates Trump's aides in Russia claim. The New York Times published, and I've heard many Democrats referencing this story of the accusation, but they don't reference that, well, yeah, they didn't do anything. The New York Times published a story this past Tuesday evening claiming an anonymous aide on President Trump's campaign had contact with Russia intelligence, citing classified information supplied by 4 current and former American officials. So many wrong. Anonymous aides citing classified information. So we cannot confirm or deny that information, so you can't disprove a negative. Oddly, the Times reports that these officials concluded that there was no evidence that they had seen that Trump campaign was colluding with the Russians on the hacking or other efforts to influence the election. So there would seem to be no story. What this all revolves around, because Trump did not speak mean about Putin, just as Obama did not speak negatively towards Russia. The Time misrepresents or misreports at least one key piece of evidence. It claimed at one point last summer, Mr. Trump said at a campaign event that he hoped Russian intelligence services had stolen Hillary Clinton's email and would make them public, which is an outright lie. And it was maybe if they have it, they could release it. It just, I know he shouldn't be doing it. There's a guy on a game, and he can't get it through his head. There's something happening in game, and it's happening at 10 o'clock Pacific daytime. And we are in Eastern Standard Time, and he just can't understand why the event hasn't started when it's not scheduled to start until 1 o'clock our time. But back to this article, it's absolutely ridiculous. The Times also failed to release why this Russian hacking is so important. Why? Because it exposed emails of the DNC, and it showed that there was collusion between Clinton campaign to ensure Bernie Sanders did not win the presidential nomination. They forget to point out that fact, why this whole Russian conspiracy theory was brought up. To cover up their emails, which showed how they conspired against Bernie Sanders, how they were colluding with the mainstream media, what they really thought of the American people. It absolutely, and they push it even more because they're trying to cover up how bad their party's doing. They don't want to talk how they've lost over 1,000 seats in, 4 years? And if they keep it up, that's 6 years. They're going to lose it even more. I'm not predicting the future, but I'm just seeing a certain trend, and a lot of people getting pissed off. They keep saying there's all these people. They can say whatever they want. I haven't run into anybody that's backing them. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am trying to make sense out of the senseless. Trump is supposed to be up any moment now. He's holding a solo conference. My question is to these quote-unquote patriotic leakers in the intel community. Where were they to leak the information with Obama's meetings with Iran over the Iran deal? Where were the leakers when everybody wanted to know where Obama was the night of Benghazi? I can keep going on and on and on of where were the leakers underneath that administration. Where were the leakers when Obama was wiretapping news agencies, reporters? Hear nothing but crickets. Why? Because it's a partisan witch hunt. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. It's a partisan attack to try to discredit the current president. Nothing more and nothing less. I've never heard of intel leaks like this before, and it's dangerous. And the Democrats should be scared shitless because at any moment, a conservative could do it to them. And I'll bet dollars to donuts, the Democrats have more to hide than anybody else. And I don't like betting donuts either. Fat boy like donut. I can't believe the shitstorm we are in. And how the left, they didn't like it when they got their email hacked, but they're sure as hell happy when our intel is supposedly leaking top secret information. When they're leaking classified information. But then again, you know, the left doesn't give a shit about that. Look at Hillary Clinton's email server, passing top secret information on that, and they make how many excuses? Now Jay Johnson, or whatever his damn name is, Director of Homeland Security, found out he had a private email server and was circumventing federal laws. We need to put a law in there that none of them can use a personal email, period. They're circumventing transparency laws. That's all they're doing. They're trying to circumvent. And I don't care if it's a Republican, Democrat, fucking Whig party. Well, this one did it. Yeah, and you know what? You should have bitched. We should bitch now. No reason. No reason. Let me say that again. No reason to be using personal email accounts. Unless you're trying to hide shit. That's the only reason you would need to use a personal email system. And if you disagree, go on Twitter and tell me you disagree. At Jersey Joe Talks. That's all you have to do. Go on there and tell me I'm full of shit. I don't care. Doesn't mean I'm going to listen. I don't know. Anybody else just totally frustrated with what they're seeing here? Embarrassed by the politicians, the hacks? I just... am. I can't believe the state we're in and how bad it is. All right, as I said, as soon as Trump comes out, we're going to go live right up to the end of the show. And now there's another whistleblower, well, if you want to call it, a William Benny, a former highly placed NSA official turned whistleblower, contend in an exclusive interview that the NSA is absolutely monitoring the phone calls of President Donald Trump. He was the architect of the NSA's surveillance program. He became a famed whistleblower when he resigned October 31st, 2001, after spending more than 30 years with the agencies. Asked whether he believes that the NSA is tapping Trump, he replied, absolutely. How did they get the phone call between the president and the president of Australia? Or the one that he made with Mexico? Those are not targeted foreigners. He further contended the NSA may have been behind a data leak that might have revealed that Michael Flynn, Trump's national security advisor, allegedly misled Vice President Mike Pence and other Trump administrative officials about the content of his phone call with Russian ambassador to Washington. This is not. Oh. It's scary. It really is. Is this the country that we want? Because I'm telling you, watch out for the NSA releasing data on Democrats. They started a whole... And they don't look at the big picture. They never do. We tell them that there's this... You're opening a can of worms, and you're not looking at the long... Oh, yeah, we we can't have that now. It's... And if they're tapping our president's phone, that's scary. That is scary. And what's funny is the Democrats are crying about FBI supposed interfering in the election. Yeah, the intel agency now interfering in our politics. And as Trump put it, you know, they're crying about Russia. Well, the tactics being used are the same tactics used by communism to discredit fellow political rivals. This is something the KGB would have done. Now I'm seeing more and more that, yes, the Democrat Party is more communism than anything. There are a lot of things. I mean, they take a lot of tactics from a lot of different ill-gotten governments that should never be. Too many people praise it. I mean, they're literally taking tactics from terrorist groups. People should be in fear right now of this government. Wee. Oh, God, it's... Lady Liberty does not look good right now. And I'm not blaming Trump on this because this is the Democrats and the tactics that they've been using and the road that we've been going down. It's... It scares the bejesus out of me. Hopefully it scares the shit out of you, too. I mean, that our government is hacking itself and then exposing those secrets for political gain. What happened to the left saying that we shouldn't be attacking our military personnel? No, yeah, that was just for political... because they didn't want Trump responding to Khan's absurd comments. But I keep hearing now all of Trump's members have been in contact nonstop with Russia. Where's the proof? Tweet, 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 tweet. Nothing. It's just accusations. You come to me with some kind of proof that I could see and confirm. I'll say, hell, let's start an investigation. Trump fucking pulled something over my eyes. But you come and going, well, he's in bed with Russia. Well, Democrats are in bed with ISIS. Yeah, seriously, it's... And now, Veritas says that they have confirmed through their lawyers that the three main actors from the terror plot to attack Trump's inauguration have all been arrested. Of course, that's ignored. I know they're using terms deep state. Please. A lot of this was done by Obama on the way out. He has tried to cause so much goddamn trouble on the way out. Like a little petulant child. Hillary didn't win. I'm going to make a big mess on the way out. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. That's kind of funny. Ted Cruz put out 22 hours ago. Breaking: ABC releases video of POTUS promising more flexibility with Russia after election. Media outraged. But that was Obama, and there was no media outrage. I played that clip repeatedly. And it's the Flynn Russian hysteria started when news of 3 Paki Muslim brothers hired by Dems for IT stole classified intel. Media silent. Oh, hold on a second. And I want to welcome Crash to the show. Better late than never there. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about now?
You only got about 10 minutes, so.
Oh, crap. That late already?
Yep.
All right, I'm sorry about that. So what are we going to blank about for 10 minutes?
Well, I was just getting ready to bring up, today's Thursday, isn't it? Just so I'm making sure. Today's Thursday.
Yes, today is Thursday.
Wasn't there supposed to be some big immigrant strike? They were all going to strike today to show us that we couldn't live without them.
Yeah, well, today was no immigrant day, and supposedly tomorrow is no condiment day.
No condom day? What the hell?
Yeah, I heard they were talking about it on the radio. Evidently, I haven't seen any national news media overly much on whatever this strike is supposed to be or walkout. But evidently tomorrow it's no condiment day because supposedly all of our condiments, salt, pepper, ketchup, all that stuff that you add to your food comes from immigrants. None of that came from us. It all came from immigrants. So to show what they contribute, you're not supposed to use any condiments for a day. Now, what I'm afraid is going to happen is everybody's going to misunderstand like you just did, and we're going to get a shitload of pregnant people.
Exactly. But I haven't seen any issues popping up where there's major delays or any problems coming up because there's no immigrants working today.
No, I haven't. And,
you know what day will really stop this country? The day conservatives go on strike.
That'll bankrupt the country, actually.
Yeah.
Welfare would be gone. I know there's probably a couple dozen families that rely on, us going to work every day. I work 7 days a week to make sure that they have food on their table. I can't put food on my own table. Here's one for you. Just get my taxes. Am I getting a refund or do I owe them money?
I bet you owe money.
Oh, yes, I do. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? I'm taxed at about 30%. It's freaking ridiculous. And I still get a damn bill. But that just makes me want to work that much harder, make that much more money so I can get to the 50% tax bracket and lose half of what I make.
Well, you're also in a very, very shitty state.
One way of putting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't. And to go back to the immigrant thing, I haven't seen any big problems with it. And the only immigrants that didn't show up at my job today were the ones that we didn't need today because those departments were closed. The departments that were open, they're there. And every single one of them has done it through the process, done it legal, proud to fucking have them. And every single one of them showed up to work today bright and fucking early. Not sure that move gained any traction.
No, it isn't. It's a joke. Most of the things that the left try to start, and they got to conflate issues. Number one, I don't have a problem with immigrants. Legal immigration.
No, I don't either.
And that they try to conflate the two together, just like they try to conflate all Muslims together when you talk about extreme Muslim terrorism. They throw all Muslims together. That's not what I'm talking about.
They keep turning around and they're saying that Trump banned all Muslims. No, he didn't. He did a country ban on 7 countries.
Well, Rudy Giuliani said over a year ago.
Yeah, and it's complete bullshit. It's just the thing like, oh, you're against immigration. No, I'm against illegal immigration. I'm against law breaking.
Oh, I had this woman say, yeah, but there's been illegal immigration before that were allowed to stay. So we should do it again.
So, okay, well, yeah, hey, that guy didn't get caught. You know, hey, Mr. Officer, you didn't catch that guy speeding, so since you didn't catch him, then you should just let me go.
That one robbed a bank and got away with it. They got away with robbing a bank and murdering people. I should be able to go out and murder and rob a bank now.
Hey, what kind of fucked up mentality is that? That is the most asinine argument. Yeah. Freaking sorry.
No, it's... Exactly, and we talked, what was it, last night about it. It's mind-numbing what's going on of late. It really is mind-numbing and disgusting the shambles our country is in. We have Intel agency trying to put themselves into politics, interfering with politics by making accusations, because I keep hearing there's transcripts out there. And I kept bringing it up last night on Sackheads, and I felt kind of bad because I kept going at Clinton about it. But they keep saying that there's transcripts. Great. Show them to me. You can't. They're top secret. Oh, so we can make accusations now as long as we say it's top secret? Because you can't prove or disprove that, because if you ask the agency, they're going to say, hey, we have no knowledge of any of that, whether they do or don't.
Yeah, I'd really love to know. I mean, whatever happened to guilty until proven innocent? I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, look at that. Talk about a Freudian slip. It used to be innocent until proven guilty. Now it literally is. You're guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. Oh, all the evidence that proves you're innocent? Yeah, well, we're claiming secrecy on it, so you don't get to look at it. You're fucked. Christ. I can't believe I just made that slip. That's how fucked up the system has become.
It's it's there's no way to prove it. I hate that. I keep hearing, and I've heard for over a year now. I have proof, and now you have a DJ Moby, I think it is. It looks like a fucking idiot. I have proof that Donald Trump is in collusion with Russia, that he's been working with Russia. I have absolute proof. I was talking to friends in Washington, D.C., and they told me. Now the left is taking...
That's not proof. That's hearsay.
Right, but you know what? They're taking advice from a fucking DJ. What's that little hat? It looks like it's not the bath one, but it has like the little furry animal. You put it on your head. Usually kids get it, and it's like a cape on the back end. Well, he runs around wearing those, and you're going to take your political intel advice from that. And then you have House members running around. Well, this tweet, he admitted he was the scapegoat. No, you didn't look that. It's a parody account.
This is the same party that sat on the floor and threw a temper tantrum because they didn't get their way. Yeah. I mean, they act like a bunch of fucking kids. Why shouldn't they take their political advice from kids? God, this is so sad. Oh, my God.
And they take they take their facts from parody Twitter accounts. I don't know if you heard that one yesterday when they went on the boob tube and quoted this fake account as being fact.
Oh, there's a shocker.
It just,
fake news. Fake news.
Oh. Yeah. They claim about police states and fascism. I've been saying the whole time I've done my show is when you hear a Democrat making an accusation, you better look behind the curtain because that's exactly what they're doing. They are pushing this fascism, and they're pushing for police states.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let you do some talking. You got 2 minutes.
I don't know what I want to talk about.
Oh. And then they're making a big deal that Trump's Secretary of Labor backed out.
Oh, now that I didn't know.
Yeah. His ex-wife is pissed because they were trying to get into the divorce proceedings. And she was turning around saying, you're now interfering in my life, my privacy. But she stood up for him, said there was accusations made during the divorce, and I've retracted them. It was in a moment of rage of a bad divorce. And she got pissed that they were hacking into, or not hacking, but they were trying to get into her divorce proceedings. She had nothing to do with it. But he also at one time hired a maid, and she ended up being illegal. As soon as he found out, he fired her and hired an attorney to get her legal status. It's what?
Okay.
Well, that was used, so he decided it was best with everything going on just to retract his nomination.
See,
but here's the thing. There's so many times.
They can.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, this is fucking pathetic. They went at Trump. They got their fucking ass kicked. And they got freaking humiliated in the process. So now what? Now, this is their play? They're going to go after every single nominee that he's got, every single person that he wants to bring in to be able to do his job. The whole reason why we said Trump would be good was because he's a businessman. He will bring in the best that he knows for these positions. That's what will make all this work. So they're literally hamstringing him on fucking purpose so they can, what, turn around and say, see, told you so. A bunch of, funny thing is, it's going to blow up in their fucking face.
But it's also,
you know what? I can't wait.
Well, if you look at it, then we got to go. It's that time. I'm out of loss. It just,
you told me to talk. I talked.
I know. Well, I told you you had 2 minutes. So, yeah, I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. It just sucks that we don't have any more time.
Once we get off air, I'll fill you in. I'm supposed to have called in midway through your show like I usually try to do. So.
All right. I want to thank everybody for listening in, and I'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, 11 o'clock. Same channel, same time. And thank you for listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. Have a good day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.